Hey you guys, it's Britt tonight. We're here with a video on Mikayla. I've covered her periodically on this channel, and she recently kind of fell into the same sinking ship as Jaclyn Hill because of all times, she chose the holiday season to show everybody her extravagant new closet makeover full of, in my opinion, tacky, overpriced designer items. And I just wanted to talk about it for a few. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So like I said, I have covered Mikayla before. She is, to be frank, I don't like most influencers, but she is definitely top five of those that I can't listen to speak. And I find her over the top annoying persona to be a bit too much to handle. But there were videos going around and some screen grabs, and to be honest, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, why are people upset with her? She's clearly just doing like a shopping vlog. No, she was in her own closet. She worked with function and form on this. In my opinion, I believe allegedly this is a brand deal. I don't believe that she paid for them to do this. I could be wrong. That's why I have to say allegedly. But I think it's an undisclosed sponsorship. So let's watch a couple of her videos and just see how obnoxious it really is and why people have had quite enough. We are in literally the middle of the holiday season between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and so many families are having a tough time. And I always think that timing is a really interesting kind of thing where influencers will literally post this kind of content knowing that we're in the holiday season and that there are so many people that are struggling, whether it's a family, whether it's a single person. The struggle right now is real, and to post this now just is another way for me to look at it and say, you really just don't care. You really don't care. And the people that still follow her and watch her consistently, y'all are putting her in the position to do things like this. So if you truly are against an influencer, you have to stop watching them. Find somebody that is more real and authentic than a Mikayla or a Jaclyn.
I had my closet professionally organized, and it's literally starting to look like something out of the Princess Diaries. Look at the way they color coded and organized my sandals. And then they perfectly folded and packaged all of my bathing suits. Today's main focus was accessories. They did all my hats, all my outdoor and winter wear. It literally looks like a store in here. It's insane. I just love how they curated everything and made it look so perfect. Look at how they did my sunglasses. They ate.
As a really obvious PSA, nobody needs this much stuff, whether it's cheap or affordable stuff or brand name designer stuff. Having this amount of stuff is just completely unhinged. And when you're showing this much stuff and everything has a Chanel logo, a Fendi logo, Gucci, Prada, whatever, it to me says that you have no style. You don't have your own personal style. And you're sitting here calling yourself an influencer, but you're the one that was influenced to fall into the trap of, oh, I have to have Chanel this, Louis Vuitton that. And you're just a copy and paste of the person that you got the idea from. It's giving boring and cardboard box vibes. Let's keep going.
Me up on this. They did a way better job than I did. It looks incredible. They also used an entire wall to display all of my black high heels and my white high heels. They even used bins to organize dust bags, certificates of authenticity for things. And then it was time for the jewelry. I collect Chanel costume jewelry, so they spent a ton of time organizing this. Look at these extendable jewelry organizers. They can fit in any drawer.
And by the way, anybody that appreciates the craftsmanship that goes into jewelry is not going to come on a video and say that they collect costume jewelry from Chanel. Do better, get a little bit of taste. really like support small businesses. I'm sure that there are so many small jewelry stores that would love to have Mikayla shout them out. We're talking about real gold, real silver, created by hand by these really amazing jewelers. And instead, you're going to sit here and act like it's a flex that you collect Chanel costume jewelry. How boring.
They're so cool. I loved watching them put these in. You can adjust them to fit perfectly in any drawer. I am obsessed with these jewelry organizers, and they did such a good job displaying everything. They spent so much time on this to truly make sure it looked perfect. Then it was time for the handbags. And oh my god, they made it look like a museum. I'm not even kidding. They added risers and different acrylic pieces to give each bag its own moment. And by the
Mikayla, do you realize that a museum is typically displaying things that are hard to come by and one of a kind and historical and comes along with a story? This is just overconsumption on a bunch of gaudy stuff that now you're saying you have to organize and put it on display. Nobody cares about this. And so many people have literally said this is not only out of touch, but it's unhinged. Unhinged consumerism put on full display by her.
and it looked so sick. Now, they knew Chanel is my baby, so they spent the most time on this, but by the end, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. Then they worked on Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci, and they definitely have an eye that I don't when it comes to organization, but also just curating a space to make it look aesthetically pleasing.
They have an eye for something that you clearly don't because you have no style and you have no taste. I will tell y'all, people that really appreciate a real Chanel bag or a real Louis Vuitton bag, they might have one or two in their entire collection and they use it until it's literally falling apart because it's an investment for them. Now, obviously, I have to say, I am not a fashionista. I am not somebody who purchases a bunch of designer garbage. But if you look into the history of the Birkin bag, the Birkin bag was originally a work bag that you paid a lot of money for, but you could literally use it for 40 years. You have to do maintenance and, treat it well, but it was literally meant to be the bag. And now we have influencers out here with, 40 Birkins and, 17 Louis Vuitton bags and whatever is trendy for the moment instead of investing in something that is going to be timeless and classic and appreciated.
Look what they did with my Labubu. Are you kidding me? I am so excited to walk into my closet every single day. It's definitely my happy place. I'm just a beauty and fashion lover that it is what it is. I walk in here and I smile. I know it's like overconsumption and shit. I get it. But I'm mentally ill, okay? And it makes me happy. I'm working on it. But it took them 4 days.
At least she admits that it's a mental illness. Let's go to the other one because when she showed the amount of denim that she has, that's the clip that I saw and I was like, oh, surely she's in a store and just doing a shopping vlog. Let's watch that one and then I will give you all my final thoughts.
I'm gonna stat with the drawers because this is where I see the most insane transformation. These drawers used to be a disaster. They added all of these individual wood adjustable organizers, and then they even labeled each section. We have shapewear, bralettes, bras, tights, color-coded. Look at how neat this is. Like, I just can't believe it. The bottom drawer, they put all of my bigger, more dramatic shapewear. They organized all of my activewear. So this is my sports bras, my active tanks, one pieces, active jackets. Oh, because I am obsessed with this drawer. These are all of my leggings. I love the way they color-coded it, and I love the way they folded them, and I will definitely continue to do this. This drawer is all of my active sets, meaning that in each one of these is a sports bra and a legging. I love that they did that. Same thing here. These are all active short set. It gradiates down from dark to light. I love it. And they folded all of my sweaters, color-coded them. Again, I had my sweaters hung before, which takes up a lot of hanging space, so this is obviously way more practical, and you're technically not supposed to hang sweaters. So this—
Oh my God, you're not supposed to hang sweaters. Well, what on earth are we going to do when we have sweaters that are hung in the closet? I guess life is over and I've failed, and everything is downhill from here because I hang up my sweaters. I could not imagine having this list of, oh, look at this, spaghetti straps and color and shoes, and it goes from dark to light. This is actually giving manic. But let's get through the final part together. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because I am grossed out by this and it's not entertaining. And to be quite frank, as I've said, the statements and words that Mikayla uses on a consistent basis and the way that she enunciates certain words with that fake Boston accent is like, literally nails on a chalkboard.
left. Then you come over here and it's color-coded, but it's short sleeve. Then you have color-coded long sleeve, and then you have denim. So they're color-coding it, but they're also organizing it by sleeve length. This side, you have skirts, strapless dresses, and a few more spaghetti strap. So I love the way they organize this. I think it's incredible. I like that they do it by sleeve length. With all the other clothes, all the same hangers. They did all the same hangers for every single thing. We have color-coded strapless dresses. Looks really nice. Color-coded, beautiful. I just need to keep it that way. Section is all of my flats and ballerina slippers. I like flats, so I wear flats a lot, actually. It's all my strapless and then all my white. It just gets crazier as we go. This sneaker wall is so fucking cool. Like, I love how they added these risers.
I want to say this sneaker wall that she is so proud of, all of them look the same. There is no reason, if you have it together up here and you're not a few screws loose, why do you need so many white shoes that look very similar to one another? Have a few. This is embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. If I had the amount of income and the opportunities that Mikayla had, I would feel like an absolute jackass showing things like this. Constant designer hauls, constant blowing money, constantly just putting it all in the wrong place. And I realized, hey, it's her money. She can do what she wants. But imagine if she took 50% of this stuff and never purchased it, and instead put that money towards a local animal rescue, a local DV survivors shelter, any kind of organization that is doing far more for people and animals than she could ever think of doing.
Like, I love how they added these risers. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it lifts the shoe up, and then they did one shoe in the front, one shoe in the back, just like the heels. I love this wall. It's probably my favorite in the whole closet. Okay, then we have the jean wall. They organized this by type. It's color-coded and it's organized. There's labels. Boot cut jeans, wide leg jeans, skinny jeans, barrel jeans, capris. Like, that's crazy. I've never seen it this organized. And then over here we have black jeans, pants, slacks, linen pants, and then they put some shoes on the bottom. And they actually put my most used shoes on the bottom because I am short. So it just makes my life a little easier to grab the shoe. Not forget my dresser, because I think what they did in this is so cool. This is my underwear. I need to learn how to fold underwear like this ASAP because I love the way this looks. Oh my gosh. When I opened this drawer, my jaw fell. Did the same exact thing with my socks. My socks have never been this neat in my life. Then we have pajamas. And it may not look like it, but these are pajama sets. So, like, in each one of these, there's a shirt.
I also wonder, where is Cody's section in this massive closet? Did they do the same for him? Are his clothes just kind of like in a, small closet in another room? It's a little weird that she didn't at least include everything. But I am no longer entertained. I have had enough of Mikayla for the next year. This is just ridiculous. And any of the Mikayla fans that want to jump in my comments and say, oh, it's her money, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is her money, but she's making public content spewing this kind of nonsense. And I have a drama commentary channel, so I'm going to talk about it. But my, I cannot wait for influencer culture to truly be pushed off a cliff. But I've had enough for tonight. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.